Madagascar is one of the most unusual places on Earth, but most people only know a fraction of its story. This island did not form the way many others did. It did not break off from a chain of volcanic eruptions or rise suddenly from the sea. Instead, it separated from Africa almost 90 million years ago and then drifted into isolation. That long period of separation created a natural world that developed without interference from the animals and ecosystems found in the rest of the world. Plants, insects, reptiles, and mammals were left to evolve on their own, resulting in an environment that feels different from any other place you can visit. But Madagascar is not just about wildlife. Its landscapes shift dramatically from one region to another, sometimes over very short distances. The west contains massive baobab trees standing like ancient monuments, while the south has deep canyons, sandstone formations, and high plateaus. The center of the country is covered in terraced hills shaped by generations of farming. The coastal regions offer coral reefs, fishing villages, and turquoise waters. Each area has a different climate, different challenges, and different experiences for travelers. Traveling through Madagascar also means learning how people have adapted to these unique environments. Many communities rely on rice farming in the highlands, fishing along the coasts, or small-scale trading in rural towns. Roads can be winding and difficult, and travel often takes longer than expected. However, this slower pace gives visitors a clearer view of daily life and the realities of living in regions shaped by geography, rather than modern infrastructure. The country's wildlife continues to be one of its biggest attractions. Lemurs, which exist nowhere else in the world, are found in many different environments. Some species leap through treetops, some live in bamboo forests, and others move slowly through dense undergrowth. Reptiles such as chameleons, geckos, and tortoises add to the diversity. The absence of large predators has allowed many species to develop behaviors and physical traits not commonly seen elsewhere. Another important part of the Madagascar experience is its geological diversity. Certain areas are shaped by limestone formations so sharp that walking through them requires special pathways and equipment. Other regions include volcanic lakes, geothermal sites, and rock formations carved naturally by wind and water over thousands of years. Together, these landscapes make the island feel like several different worlds combined into one. For travelers, Madagascar offers a mix of adventure, education, and exploration. Whether visiting remote villages, hiking through national parks, observing wildlife, or exploring the coastline, each part of the journey provides insight into how isolation and time have shaped this island into what it is today. This series will guide you through the major regions of Madagascar, explain how each environment developed, and show what life is like for the people who call the island home. The goal is to present Madagascar as it really is. A destination full of history, challenges, and extraordinary natural features that make it unlike any other place on Earth. 88 million years ago, a portion of the African landmass separated because of tectonic forces and began drifting eastward. Over an extremely long period, this fragment moved far enough into the Indian Ocean to develop a completely independent ecological history. That drifting landmass is Madagascar. The separation created a biological environment isolated from other continents. allowing species to evolve without competition from many of the predators or herbivores found elsewhere. As a result, Madagascar contains ecosystems and organisms that often seem unfamiliar when compared with those from continental Africa. Today, the western region of Madagascar demonstrates some of the clearest effects of that long geological isolation. This region was once dominated by dense tropical forest. Within those forests, baobab trees developed their well-known structure: large, water-storing trunks, minimal branches, and the ability to survive long drought periods. When humans arrived around 1,500 to 2,000 years ago, they cleared much of this forest for agriculture. However, the baobabs were not cut down. Communities considered them significant, either spiritually or practically, and left them standing. The Avenue of the Baobabs, a famous landmark, represents these remaining trees. Although impressive, the site is actually a reminder of how extensive the previous forest was and how little remains today. Travel through western Madagascar highlights significant infrastructure challenges. Large rivers, such as the Tirabinina, create natural barriers. Some regions have bridges, but others rely on makeshift wooden ferries. Drivers often load entire vehicles onto these platforms and cross by slow motor-powered rafts. These crossings are essential because they allow residents to transport goods between towns, but they also show how limited development affects mobility. During certain times of year, heavy rains increase difficulty and make travel unpredictable. South of the river systems lies an area known as the Tsingy, one of Madagascar's most distinctive geological formations. Formed from limestone shaped over millions of years by erosion, the Tsingy consists of sharp pinnacles rising from the ground. The formations are incredibly rugged and can easily injure anyone who tries to walk through them without protective shoes and gear. Before modern safety installations, local people avoided the Tsingy because it was dangerous and difficult to navigate. Today, carefully constructed walkways and rope bridges allow visitors to explore the area safely, though it remains physically demanding. The Tsingy illustrates how geology can create environments that are challenging even for experienced travelers. Continuing southward, the landscape transitions toward the granite mountains of Andringitra National Park. This region contains steep cliffs, high plateaus, and valleys with significant temperature variation between day and night. The park provides habitat for many species found only in Madagascar. Lemurs are particularly common here. Their presence reflects the island's unusual evolutionary history, as lemurs exist nowhere else in the world. Ring-tailed lemurs, one of the most recognizable species, gather on open rocks in the early morning to warm themselves after cold nights. Siphoca lemurs use powerful hind legs to leap between trees, covering considerable distances in a single jump. When they must move on the ground, they hop sideways because their anatomy is optimized for vertical clinging, not walking. Bamboo lemurs consume large amounts of bamboo containing cyanide, a toxic substance for most animals, yet they are physiologically adapted to tolerate it. Red-ruffed lemurs spend much of their time resting in tree canopies. The Indri, the largest living lemur species, uses loud vocalizations to communicate. These calls travel far across the forest and can be heard across entire valleys. Madagascar once supported even larger lemur species, some comparable in size to modern gorillas. They played major ecological roles until human arrival. Hunting and habitat change contributed to their extinction. Today, only skeletal remains and oral traditions indicate how diverse the island's primate population once was. Further south, the environment changes again in Isolo National Park. Here, sandstone dominates the scenery. Erosion has shaped cliffs, natural pillars, and rock windows. One well-known feature, the natural stone window at Isolo, frames the distant horizon and attracts many visitors. Despite its striking appearance, Isolo is not just a scenic location, it also supports unique wildlife, including nocturnal species like the aye-aye. This lemur has a specialized feeding strategy. It taps on wood to locate hollow chambers where insects hide, bites into the wood, and extracts them with extremely elongated fingers. Madagascar's reptile populations also reflect its evolutionary isolation. More than half of the world's chameleon species live here. They vary widely in size and habitat. Their eyes move independently, allowing them to scan their surroundings efficiently, and their tongues can extend rapidly to catch prey with high accuracy. The island's most significant predator is the fossa, a mammal related to mongooses. The fossa preys on lemurs and maintains ecological balance. Although it resembles a small big cat, it belongs to a distinct evolutionary group found only in Madagascar. To understand how people live alongside these unusual ecosystems, it is essential to examine the Central Highlands. This region is densely populated and contains major towns and agricultural centers. Roads wind through hills, often following natural contours rather than straight engineered routes. Many stretches remain unpaved. During the dry season, dust becomes a constant issue. During the rainy season, erosion and mud can make travel slow and difficult. The highlands are characterized by rice terraces built into slopes. These terraces allow communities to farm effectively in mountainous terrain. Water is carefully managed through irrigation channels. During planting periods, the terraces fill with water, creating reflective surfaces. As the season progresses, the fields turn green and later golden at harvest time. Rice farming is labor-intensive, and families often work together to maintain their terraces. Villages across the highlands follow routines shaped by agriculture. Houses are built from clay bricks, and families dry rice in open courtyards. Zebu cattle, identifiable by their hump, are used in farming ceremonies and as economic assets. Many homes have limited electricity, depending on proximity to towns. Remote villages rely on wells and rivers for water. Community life revolves around planting, harvesting, ceremonies, and local markets. In more isolated areas such as Andrahivo, a single dirt road might be the only connection to the outside world. During heavy rains, this road becomes difficult or impossible to use. Medical care, secondary education, and supplies require long travel. Despite these challenges, such villages maintain strong traditions due to limited influence from urban centers. The highlands also contain natural features that attract visitors, such as the geothermal sites at Analaveri. Although commonly called geysers, these are technically hot springs that release water due to underground pressure. Over time, minerals in the water accumulate and create colorful terraces around the vents. Tourism is gradually increasing in these regions. Activities such as quad biking provide new income sources for local guides. These excursions allow travelers to reach remote viewpoints and experience landscapes traditionally accessible only on foot. Volcanic history remains visible in places like Lake Tritriva, a crater lake filling an old volcanic vent. The water level behaves differently from the surrounding environment, rising during dry seasons and lowering during rainy ones, a pattern not fully understood. The lake also plays a cultural role through local legends. Traveling westward from the highlands toward the coast, the scenery becomes warmer and more open. Fishing villages appear, and the economy shifts from agriculture to marine activities. At locations like Sakalava Bay, consistent trade winds make the area a center for windsurfing and kite surfing. Several small lodges serve the tourism sector, and the bay supports both recreational and livelihood activities. Along coastal regions, long-lived tortoise species move slowly through dry forests. Some tortoises alive today are more than 150 years old. They have survived colonial eras, political changes, and environmental shifts, making them valuable to conservation programs. Coral reefs along Madagascar's coast support marine life and local fisheries. Snorkeling and diving tourism rely on these reefs, which contain a variety of fish and invertebrates. However, ocean warming and overfishing place stress on these ecosystems. Island groups such as Nosy Ve and Nosy Tanakli provide important habitats for seabirds and sea turtles. Their beaches and clear waters support tourism, but they are also monitored for conservation due to ecological sensitivity. Every year, humpback whales migrate from Antarctic waters to reach Madagascar's warmer seas. They use areas near Isle Sainte-Marie and the northwest coast for breeding and giving birth. Whale watching operations contribute to local economies and raise awareness of marine conservation. Beyond Madagascar, the same waters connect to the Comoros, a volcanic island nation. Unlike Madagascar's ancient geological origin, the Comoros formed through volcanic eruptions and remain geologically active. Black sand beaches, newly formed lava fields, and rugged coastlines characterize these islands. Villages are often built on old lava flows. Inland, elevated plateaus and volcanic lakes illustrate the region's active geology. Mount Karthala, the largest volcano in the Comoros, has a wide caldera and has erupted many times in recent centuries. Scientists monitor it due to ongoing seismic activity. The difference between Madagascar and the Comoros demonstrates two stages of Earth's geological processes: an old continental fragment and young volcanic islands still forming. Madagascar faces significant economic challenges. Many communities rely on agriculture, fishing, and small-scale trade. Infrastructure gaps affect education, healthcare, and transportation. Deforestation and climate change threaten biodiversity. Despite these challenges, new opportunities are emerging. Tourism creates jobs in parks, coastal towns, and adventure activities. Agricultural exports such as vanilla and cloves provide income. Aquaculture ventures, including sturgeon farming for caviar production, show diversification. Artisanal crafts remain important for local economies. Understanding Madagascar requires recognizing both its natural uniqueness and its human realities. The island hosts ecosystems shaped by millions of years of isolation, yet its residents navigate modern challenges with resilience. The country combines extraordinary biodiversity, varied landscapes, and deep cultural traditions, making it one of the most distinct destinations in the world. As we reach the end of this journey through Madagascar, it becomes clear that this island is not simply another stop on a travel itinerary. It is a place shaped by millions of years of separation, a place where landscapes and wildlife developed along a path entirely different from the rest of the world, and a place where people continue to adapt to complex environments with resilience and resourcefulness. Whether you followed the massive baobabs in the west, the steep granite peaks in the highlands, the coral reefs along the coast, or the forests where lemurs leap between branches, each region contributes to a broader understanding of what makes Madagascar unique. Exploring Madagascar also offers a reminder of how much diversity can exist within a single country. In only a few days of travel, you can move from dry forests to humid jungles, from volcanic lakes to winding rice terraces, and from remote villages to busy urban centers. Every area offers something worth learning about different cultures, different histories, and different approaches to survival. These experiences show how geography influences everyday life and how communities use the limited resources available to them to build sustainable traditions. Seeing these contrasts firsthand allows you to appreciate not only the natural beauty of the island, but also the effort it takes for people to thrive here. If this journey gave you a clearer picture of Madagascar, then the purpose of this video has been achieved. The island is often presented as a place full of exotic animals, but the reality is much broader. It is a country with real challenges and real strengths. It is a place where tourism can have a positive impact when done responsibly, and it is a destination that still holds many areas unexplored by mainstream travelers. There is always more to learn, more to see, and more to understand. If you enjoyed this video and want to continue exploring parts of the world that are often overlooked or misunderstood, then make sure to support the channel. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Turn on notifications so you're alerted as soon as new content is released. Leave a comment below and let me know what part of Madagascar you found most interesting. Was it the wildlife, the landscapes, the culture, or something else entirely? Your feedback helps shape future videos and makes it easier to decide which destinations to cover next. And if you want to help the channel grow even further, share this video with friends who enjoy travel, nature, geography, or documentary-style storytelling. Every share helps bring more people into this community of curious travelers.